Alright, cue the music, cue the music. Welcome in YouTube, and welcome to Predecessor Update 1.9. Dude, Bale is out. Guys, Bale is really dope looking. We already covered him in the last video. Go check it out if you missed it. It was pretty much the reveal of him. Now let's dive into these patch notes. So right now it says the new heroes Bale. We already know that. Shadow's Eve seasonal content. That's dope. ARAM. A ranked update apparently. Vault passes return. Legacy mat returns and custom matches. Major balance changes reshape the tempo of the game. We already did that. So let's dive in. We have Bale. Now the thing about Bale, even though we already reacted
Whispered
to him,
in taverns and
let's just mute it and skip all the crap. In case you haven't seen him, I'm just gonna show you a quick little snippet of him really fast. Dude, I like how throw it in 4K. So pretty much he has an ult where he takes him in the air, he slashes him. He's got his first ability, which is some slashes. He has a buff that he can buff himself and do damage to everyone around him. The dash is really cool. It does really good damage. If you hit the blades and you hit all the swipes, it knocks him up. He's got a chain attack, auto attack, so the last auto attack does more damage if you commit to all your auto attacks. Yeah, it's pretty dope. But that's him in a short coverage. We already covered him, but if you guys are hyped for him, definitely check him out. I will drop a guide video on him when he drops for you guys because we already know that's what we do. Alright, store news. This is exciting. We got a Bale curse skin. Him with a werewolf. Werewolf Bale. Pretty sick looking. We have Franken Steel. Oh yeah. Overprime skin. Freaking sick. We got Wukong. We got the Infernal Wukong skin. I think this is an Overprime skin as well, if I'm not mistaken. We got Legendary Narbash again. Woo, Basho Lantern. We got Chimera Sweet Dreams returns. That's good. Is it returned as a Twitch? Nah, it just looks like you can buy it. We got the Greystone Reaver. My favorite Greystone skin. Kira Reaver. We got the Feline Queen and the Bellica Witch. So pretty much we got all the Halloween skins, which is sick. We got ARAM. ARAM is a 1-lane random hero, and you cannot back until you die. So it's pretty dope. Alright. Unless they change that. Let's see. Recalling. While the base does not regenerate or allow you to buy items until death, heroes can still recall. Okay. You can recall, but it doesn't heal you or let you buy items. Vault passes. We already announced this. So pretty much all the passes that were out, you can now rebuy. So if you missed out on any skins, you can buy the battle passes. The legacy map returns in custom games. So if you want to play on the old map, you can. More power to you. Rank mode comes to South America. That's dope. Loot core changes. So now the loot cores will always be changed. Like some of their stuff increases, while other stuff gets reduced. Yeah, so I don't think you guys care too much about this, but pretty much they no longer give 100 opals, possible for 100 opals to drop. Once you reach 8 quantum cores open, you get 300, which is insane. I think that's a little bit too extra. 8 of them, and they're not even free, when 20 of them cost, I think, $50. Yeah, I think that's steep. But I think the reason why they did this is because I think people are buying too many of them and just unlocking everything in the game. So Shadow's Eve, we got a mini battle pass, a seasonal banner, 2 sprays, 2 overhead emotes, 1 ion core, 1 quantum core, 3,000 amber, and 100 opal with the Bellica skin, which is pretty dope. So we got a mini battle pass, which is pretty cool. Got some sprays and stuff. I mean, they should have chose a better skin than the Bellica one because, come on, that's not the best one. We got the major game rebalancing. Now, this is huge. Like I said and talked about this before, towers are buffed. Laning phase is buffed, and we're going to get all into that, while slower movement speed as well. Alright, so various heroes received mechanical adjustments, small improvements to their abilities. Oh my goodness. Various projectile abilities have been slowed down. Various explosions have been reduced. Lost scaling or damage when leveling. Various crowd control abilities minus 10 to 20% potency or duration. Gold drip and ambient gold on missing last hits has been reduced. Minions, that's actually good. That's good. That's cool. Minions and jungle monsters grant more gold. Support gold from crest has increased. Minion durability has increased by 5 to 10%. All heroes gain their level up stats more slowly when leveling up. All heroes have lost 15% movement speed. That's insane, dude. That's going to be so slow. All heroes have had their movement adjusted. All heroes have gained additional base health. All heroes have had their basic attack combat penalty increased by 5%. So when you shoot, you walk slower. All heroes gained 10% less attack speed. No, gain 10% attack speed at level 1. All heroes have lost a chunk of their attack speed growth. All heroes have gained physical power growth. Most heroes have lost 5% scaling on their basic attacks. Carries are going to be worse. Kills are worth less XP at most levels. Kill comeback XP is less at smaller level differentials. Boss monster global gold XP rewards decreased. Boss monster durability lower, slightly early game but higher late game. Boss monster damage increased. Boss monsters respawn slower. Refillable potion healing has been reduced. Tower damage increase and ramps up more aggressively with each shot. Tower planning are easier to take early game when all 4 plates remain. Tower plating now falls at 13M instead of 12M and more. Jeez, that's a lot that's going on. So pretty much to sum it up, laning phase got buffed and early game got buffed, but attacking while moving got nerfed. Walking around in general got nerfed. Any stun ability got nerfed. Any projectile in the game got nerfed. So it's really awkward. Really high-end changes that sound awkward because it slows the game down. But like I said, if it takes you, instead of 10 seconds to run the tower, if it takes you like 13, you're going to feel that, and it's not going to feel good. Who plays slow action games? Who plays slow video games? They're never great. The reason why they did this is to, instead of it feeling brawlery with a lot of rotations, they're like laning phase. But I don't know. I feel like they could have made a bigger map. That way you still feel like you're running fast, but you still have more distance to cover. In my opinion, you could have just made a 15% larger map. Alright, now general balance changes. Level up stat growths. Proportionally average stats gained from leveling up 1 through 18. Change from 80 to 120 to 70 to 130. So you start weaker with your levels, but you gain when you get later on. Kill bounty gold. So kill bounty gold change from 100 to 80, so you get less gold, and then until they go like crazy. So if they got a smaller bounty, it's less, which is not good. Alright. Kill XP. Kill XP at levels 1 through 18 change from 30 to now 60, 100. It just got less. Until late game, which makes no sense. So if you kill level 18, you get more than killing at level 18. But if it's 18, it's usually 18 versus 18 at that point. You know, so this is weird. Kill bounty XP. XP modifier. So here's the thing I have. People with kill XP. A lot of people complain when they're dominating their lane and they back wrong or manage minion wrongs. They're like, I got 5 kills, I'm 5-0, and the carry laner who's 0 and 3 is higher level than me. People have this issue because they don't understand how to like manipulate minions and stuff. You're gonna see a lot of people mad when they're like, bro, like I've killed this guy and I'm not even close to his level. Like people are gonna be pissed because they're gonna kill the guy back. The guy's gonna spawn, have better minions. The guy's not gonna know what to do. I see the kill XP hurting newer players. I see veterans doing fine. This is like for veteran players, but newer players are gonna get bullied with this, man. Or it's not gonna look good. Kill bounty XP also got nerfed. Alright. So they nerfed all kill XP. We do not want you guys to fight. We want you to stay in tower and kill minions. That's the vibe I'm getting. Sorry if I sound like I'm redundant or hateful. I'm not. I gotta feel. But as of right now, Wraith is gonna be cracked, dude. Anybody who could just sit in tower for free is broken. Ambient gold. So near minion death gold. Near minion death gold with 1 through 5. Nearby allies decrease from 22 to 10%. Okay. So the last hit on the minions has been reduced. Alright. I mean, that's cool and all, but it also takes skill from clearing wave as well. Gold drip. So, gold drip per second decrease from 3 to 2. They want you to have no items, walk hella slow. Like, excuse me? I might, from hearing these changes, I'm slowly, like, getting to the point where I'm like, sounds like a horrible patch. This sounds like we need to play this shit now, figure it out, or this is going to be horrible. All minions had their movement speed reduced by roughly 15. All heroes now accelerate to max speed 33% faster. Heroes breaking friction is now 2 times stronger. So here's what they're saying. Oh man, get MS Paint out. I gotta explain this to you guys. So if you're running in a straight line this way, you will move at, let's say, 2. Right? If you run, stop, go right, stop, go this way, stop, go up, stop, and then go right. In this bubbles of stopping, right? You're gonna get penalized negative speed. You're gonna start over. So instead of starting from 0 dash and by the end you hit 2, you're gonna start from 0 and then you're gonna get to like you're gonna get to like 1. And then you're gonna go back to 0, then back to 1, back to 0, back to 1, 0, and then if you run super far, we'll say 1 right here, but if you keep going straight, you'll hit 2 like there. So without getting frustrated and without spewing hate, they said they decreased abilities so that way it's more dodgeable. But if they try to dodge, it slows them down because they braked. So they won't be moving as fast. I think that's odd. I think that's really odd, guys. But hopefully that explained it to you. We gotta wait. Basic attack combat penalty. Range increased by 5%. Melee increased by 5%. Melee missed increased from 10 to 30%. Basic attack penalties. If you miss a melee attack with GRUX, with any kind of melee guy, Seraph, you miss, it takes you 30% longer to attack the next strike. Dude, I thought this was for new players. I thought this patch was for new players. You're gonna punish all the bronze and silver players. That's crazy. Because it's too brawlery right now. Alright, melee. From minions, their health increased. The minions have more health. And the gold increased that you get from them. Ranged, they have more health. The gold changed. So you get more gold early, less gold later. And minion damage modifier, they hit 5 times harder. I mean, not 5 times, 5% harder. Siege, health increased, gold increased. Jungle contents, hunt now grants 15 gold when killing camp leaders, which is dope. So now when you hit the knife on them, you get more gold. Pretty cool. This works for camp leaders. River bugs, gold buff, and cyan buff are exempt from this. Only okay. I might be hateful, bro. I'm a little hating. I'm a little hating on that. 15 gold's not a lot, and now it's telling you use hunt on camp leaders. But if you use hunt on camp leaders, here's the problem. You'll only be using it on the white and red and blue. Nobody could test red and blue. People could test the river bugs, gold buff, and cyan buff. Those are the only thing you would risk hunt for, and if not, you're saving hunt for the objectives, like Fangtooth and Orb. That's a waste. Seedling, health decreased on Seedling, that's good. Shaper, it takes 50 more seconds to respawn. Global gold decreased by 50, XP by 50, eruption damage increased, stomp damage increased, and the emulsation area damage decreased. Okay. Fangtooth. Respawn timer increased by 15 seconds. The health changed. It has less health early, but more health later. Physical armor increased by almost 30. And basic attack current health damage increased as well, so it does more damage to you. Primal Fangtooth. Respawn timer increased by 15 per second. Global XP decreased. Health changed from 11,000, so it's weaker early, stronger later. Physical armor increased. Now it has a lot more armor. Basic attack current health damage decreased. Oh, increased, and my bad, so it hurts you even more. Flame Breath does more damage, and Flame Breath max health damage increased as well, so it's even harder to fight Fangtooth. Mini Orb. Respawn timer increased. Health changed. Basic attack increased. So here's what I'm getting at. They made it so the objectives hit way harder, are harder to get, so that way, jungle can't just go in on them. But here's my problem with that. You want to decrease the brawling aspect, but you made it so you need more people at objective to fight it. It's the same thing. But it's like, oh, I can't solo it now. I need 2 people or 3 people. So I'm just going to have to gank left or gank right real quick. What happens now? Oh, Fangtooth spawning. I'm already there. I'm just going to gank left or gank right. So nothing really changed. Except now, after a team fight early when people are hurt and they respawn in 5 seconds and we're all half, it's a bigger risk to get Fangtooth. Because now we can't burn it early. Because they could kill us. I don't know. I think that's a bit much change. You know, I see what they're trying to do though. Or Prime, 30-second respawn, global XP decrease, health changed. It has less early, more later. Physical armor changed. It has less armor early, more armor later. Basic attack damage increased. It hits you harder. Damage reduction debuff duration, so it takes less damage longer. And damage reduction debuff no longer reduces your damage against targets other than yourself. That's dope. Alright, so we got the camps. They call these the black camps? Oh, there's the white camps. Okay, so camps, gold decreased. Gold decreased on the camps. Gray camps, gold decreased. Gold decreased. White camp, gold decreased. Gold decreased. Gold decreased. Brown camp, gold decreased. Why? Junglers didn't need a nerf. Junglers get behind already. Already get behind. They literally have to go crazy to stay ahead. Or to stay around. They literally get behind. Like, if off lane gets a kill and gets ahead and gets green buff, kill with 2 green buffs, jungle can never gank off lane ever again. Because the off laner will kill the jungle every time. Every time. Like, oh, look, that jungler's 3 levels behind just jumped on me. Oh, bink, bink, bink. And now you're going to have less items. That's crazy, dude. Towers. So the range of tower shot increased. Armor pen decreased by 5%. Okay. Damage increased from 145 to 170 and maxes out at 338. Tower plating removal time increased to 13 minutes. And 4 plates remaining temporary armors decreased from 0 to -20. Inner, damage increased from the inner towers. Inhibitor, damage increased on inhibs. Minor augments, regenerator. Regenerator, slight reduction with health decrease from 2 to 3 missing health to 2 to 2.5 missing health. Heroes. Alright, we're not going to read all this. Pretty much they reduced everybody's movement speed, messed everything up, and starting off, everybody slower and all their CC is minus by 10 to 20%. Acheron. Acheron got a physical power growth, an attack speed increase, attack speed growth decrease, but a movement speed decrease. Oh yeah, everyone's gonna say movement speed decrease. His Flay, his basic attack does less power, physical power scaling. His Hellfire damage per hit decreased. His web shot damage decreased. The duration decreased, and the leap damage decreased. And Crushing Maul, damage changed from 70 to 75, so it's better early game, but sucks late game. And the power physical scaling decreased as well. Magical power scaling decreased. So Acheron sucks now. Don't play Acheron. He's probably like B tier. Argus, physical power growth increased. Attack speed increased. Health regen increased. Attack speed growth decreased. Movement speed decreased. So his basic attack scaling decreased by 5%. His Dread Nova damage increased off of his stun. His projectile speed is minus 15%. And projectile gravity increased to 1. So now they made it so he can't even throw it as far. But it has a slight damage increase. And it's slower. Particle Shredder damage decreased late game. The mana cost increased. His ultimate now fires 3, 4, 5 beams, rank 1, 2, and 3. So now he shoots 5 beams, but the damage decreased late game by 50, and the magical power scaling decreased. Dude, this is just a nerf. And the hitbox decreased, and the projectile speed decreased by almost 40%, dude. 40%. That's insane. That's insane. Almost 40%. That's almost half. It comes out that slow now. Physical power growth increased. Attack speed decreased for Aurora. Alright, Aurora's passive. This magical power scaling increased by 5. And the leap cooldown reduction increased to 4. Shatter basic attack. Bonus physical power scaling decreased off of her basic attack. She has a bug fix with her primary, a bug fix with her secondary. Her explosive delay increased by 0.5. 0.05. Her explosive damage increase. Her explosive 30% slow remove, so no longer slows. Cooldown increased. So overall, I gotta give it to Aurora. She kind of got buffed. Boris, his power growth increased, his attack speed increased, his attack speed growth decreased, health regen increased, but his movement speed got lower. Attack speed per canister increased off his passive. His maul physical power got decreased, so his maul's weaker. His passive core zap damage decreased. His off of his Terrac device. His primordial roar damage decreased. His swipe damage increased. And the total power scaling decreased. So that's like a buff nerf. Okay, so take it as it is. It does way less damage early game. I mean late game. So that's a nerf. Countess. Okay, so they're doing the same. They're doing the same thing for every hero. The physical power increased, the attack speed increased, but the attack speed growth decreased. Health regen increased, but movement speed decreased. Okay, that's all. I'm never reading that again. That's the general for every hero. I read it like 4 times. So for Countess, her basic attack power, physical power scaling decreased. Her projectile speed off of her primary slip decreased by 20%. I don't even know how that comes out instant, so I don't know how they decrease that. Area damage radius increased, so it hits farther. Okay. Alright, her eventide, her wave, magical power scaling decreased, and projectile size decreased. She got nerfed. Blade Siphon, magical power scaling decreased. Why did she need a nerf? Beats me, dude. Beats me. Crunch. He's got the usual treatment. Alright, his passive magical power scaling decreased. His left crunch primary change does more damage early but less late game. Physical power scaling decreased. So crunch got nerfed. Secondary decrease. And the alternate does less late game, dude. So crunch got nerfed to oblivion. Decker, her primary does more damage early, less damage later, but magical power scaling increase. So Decker actually does more damage. That's a buff so far. Her fence has a delay in her activation by 0.25 seconds, which isn't that big of a change. Her damage changed from 70. So her status bomb does more damage early and less later. The stun duration decreased on distance, and the projectile gravity increased, so it falls down slower. The bounciness increased though, and the stun duration decreased. So overall Decker does more damage, so that's a buff. Alright, Drongo time. His passive decreased. His attack, physical power scaling decreased. His gag grenade damage changed. It does more early, less later, and his explosive radius got nerfed by 100. So it does 1/4 less of radius. But gag grenade now explodes and silences on impact when thrown at the enemy heroes. That's cool, but it doesn't really affect his damage, it looks like. Rad rounds. Damage decreased. Physical power scaling increased by only 2%. That's crazy. That could be like a buff nerf. We would have to see after you build stuff. Old Rusty, the boomerang damage changed. It does more early, less later. His ultimate damage decreased, and the physical power scaling decreased off of his ult. Nerf Drongo. Fang Mao. The usual for his shield bonus physical power decreased. They're nerfing everybody, dude. His hamstring does more early, less later, but no, it's nerfed. Physical power decreased. Isolation bonus physical power increased by just 7. So it's only good if you hit one person. So that no more Fang Mao off lane. That's what this is saying. Reaping dash. His dash it got nerfed. Physical power scaling decreased. Health damage decreased as well. That's a big nerf. And ultimate damage decrease. Just nerfed everybody, dude. Gadget. Physical powers off of his basic decreased. The sticky mine now automatically becomes empowered when Gadget attaches the sticky mine to herself or allies. Cast time increased. So it takes longer to throw it out. Security gate. Damage increased. Oh my goodness. No, they did not. Damage increased. Magical power increased. Movement speed decreased. Route duration decreased. The alternate seek and destroy. Damage increased. Guys, before I read the next thing, I just want you to know they broke the meta. Like I warned you guys about, the people that can stand in tower are going to win. You're never going to be able to gank. They nerfed jungle gold. Now they nerfed everyone that dive. And look what they buffed. They buffed Gadget. Gadget was already broken. Already a top pick. Now you're going to ban Gadget every game. Because I'm going to read the next thing and you guys are going to flip out. Damage increase off of the shower. But it follows more slowly. Who cares? It's still hitting you. Tesla Dome. Damage increased. Early. Let that sink in. The magical power scaling decreased by 10%. But it hits harder early game. You know what you do early game? You just camp in tower. Gideon. Gideon's passive. If Gideon now misses the basic attack, it is consumed and does not go on cooldown, requiring him to hit another ability to activate it again. Total damage increased. Root duration decreased. His Cosmic Rift. Damage increased. Magical power scaling increased. Range decreased. And cooldown decreased. His Torn Space, his secondary, is Teleport. He teleports... Early game, he teleports shorter, but late game, he teleports farther. What do you do early game anyway? You just camp tower. Who cares? Void Breach, the alternate. Damage increased and slow decreased. So, once again, you could just sit in tower and just spam with the infinite rock. Black Hole. Damage increased. Well, it's scaling increased. So, now he does even more damage in his Black Hole. Greystone. His primary, his armor shred increased. Oh my goodness. His Sacred Oath now consumes the empowered basic attack if he misses. But the damage decreased. Late game, not early game. Assault Gates, damage decreased off of his alt. His jump speed. Oh no, this is not his alt. This is an alternative. This is his jump. Damage decreased from his jump. Early game, it's fine. Late game, it got decreased. Jump speed, minus 15%. Hold on, I'm going to jump in. But the cooldown decreased, so he could jump more late game. I don't know why, but okay. Grim. The passive scaling decreased. The power scaling off the basic attack decreased. The damage off of his primary increased. The hitbox decreased by 20 U. And lobbing explosive decreased by almost 200. So you gotta like really aim it. And his ultimate projectile speed decreased. So, okay. That's crazy to me. GRUX. Physical power. Please buff GRUX. His basic attack, physical power scaling decreased by 5%. His secondary crush, damage decreased. This is why it's a meme now. It's a meme. This game is, these guys are memes. Like, GRUX right now. Win rate. Who's winning right now the most? Let's go to GRUX. Out of the entire cast, GRUX is near the bottom. Look at this. My big head's blocking it. GRUX has a 47.82 win rate. And then now they punished melee heroes that if you miss a melee, you get a negative 30% attack speed before your next one. So now only he's worse. He has damage decrease, his crush does less damage, and on top of that, now if he misses an auto attack while boxing, he takes longer to throw his next one out. So they took GRUX, who was already now on the bottom, and this is everybody. This is his win rate on everybody in the game, right? Bronze players, new players, he's on the bottom. They nerfed him even more. Make it make sense. Are these guys like delusional? They don't even look at their own like win rates before they just drop nerfs on people? Insane. Howitzer. So pretty much how we got the same stick as everyone else. His augment, movement speed decreased. His passive damage increased. Let's buff Howie. His basic attack physical power scaling decreased. Alright, his primary missile damage changed. It does more damage. Magical power scaling increased. The direct damage decreased though. But who cares? It hits way harder. Direct damage magical power scaling decreased. Who cares? It hits way harder. Projectile direct hit radius decreased. Increased. So now it made it easier to hit. The explosive radius decreased. So they made his missile easier to hit and do way more damage. Like I said, tower meta. If you're not like legs up, tower it like tower. Oh, tower. That's the meta. Ah, I hit my elbow off this brick wall. The meta is your tower all game because minions got buffed. Who cares about rotating? You're all slow. No brawling allowed. You guys hug your tower. Alright, now back to it. His secondary is damage changed. So it does less later, more early, and the mana cost for landmine increased. His alternate, the slow decreased and the cooldown increased. But the damage still remains the same. Make it rain. Now fires 4 barrages instead of 3. Hovers longer in the air. Hey, Bob. I think you're gonna switch to Smite too, and I think you're gonna drop Predecessor. I think you want to play the game, Bob, because I no longer want to play this game. Because Howie's going to be levitating, dominating for a whole extra second in the air. And guess what, Bob? They buffed him. They buffed him. They really just buffed him, Bob. Bob, take the headphones. Bob's taking over. I'd rather him play. You see how he's got no arms? He'll be fine in this meta. He'll just literally just sit in tower all game and just win. He doesn't even need arms. There's no playing allowed. Damage total increased. Total magical power scaling increased. Damage per missile decreased by literally 1 point late game. And the per missile decreased by 2%. But who cares when it increased overall by almost 8%. So 2, it literally increased by 4. Oh, dude, I want to freak out, dude. I mean, 8% minus 2 per missile. That's still 6% increase. Plus the damage increased by almost over 200 damage. And it has better scaling. Oh my goodness, dude. Oh no, Iggy. Oh man, I can't wait to see this. Damage per level decreased off the passive, but the magical scaling decreased. His secondary oil spilled slow decreased. His alternate Molotov damage increased. Magical power scaling increased. Projectile speeds 20%. Has less gravity now, so you can even throw Iggy Molotov farther. And his ultimate total magical power scaling increased. Kalari. Let's see Kalari, another diver, right? Death Mark, bug fix, double jump. Now no longer locks Kalari in movement direction. Instead, she can move freely in the air. That's a buff. Alright, ready? Basic attack. Physical power scaling decreased. Shadow dance. Physical power scaling decreased. Alternative. Bonus physical power scaling decreased. Projectile speed decreased. Oh my goodness. If you're a melee character, you're gonna hate life. Chimera. Movement speed decreased. Movement speed stack threshold now increased. Basic attack. Decreased physical scaling power by 5%. His jump. Bonus physical power scaling decreased. Dude, junglers are absolute. Don't play jungle. Jungle rolls for nobodies. They literally do nothing. They can't CC you. That's gone. It got nerfed. They can't attack you. That got nerfed. But guess who got buffed? Every mid laner. Alright, Kira. Physical power scaling off of her basic attack decreased. Her primary physical power scaling decreased. Alternate damage decreased. Purge. Total damage increased off of her swirly and now applies blight. So now she no longer has to build. Oh no, blight is extra damage per the thing. I think it's like 8% extra damage per blight. So literally, yes, her damage does more damage. I mean, her ultimate does more damage. That's cool. I mean, but her basic attacks do nothing. She's an alt machine. Quang. His basic attack decreased physical. His judgment of the heavens. Power scaling decreased. Tether decreased. His alternate. Magical power scaling decreased. Don't play jungle, Bob. Bob. You will never be able to gank mid ever again. And on top of that, all your abilities are nerfed. Good luck ganking mid, buddy. Oh, and by the way, Decker got buffed. She does more damage. So if you go to gank over in duo lane, you might just lose. You might just lose. Oh, don't worry. All your jungle camps, every single one, all your gold got nerfed too. So now when you build, well, now you won't even have items. So now when you go out there, buddy, you're going to be even weaker. I love it. I love it. I love this patch. I love how an entire role just gets deleted from the game. Hey, buddy, you're the hunt machine. That's all you're for. Oh, and guess what? Yeah, you get 15 gold if you use your hunt on your main buff, like primary camp leaders. But guess what? Then you won't have hunt for objective, and that's all you're used for anyway. Now you're just a knife for objective because you literally cannot do anything in this game no more, Bob. You literally got canceled on literally everything. Every lane can beat you. Off lane has 2 levels on you now, guaranteed. Mid laner can sit in tower and just blow you up. Off lane, I mean duo lane, yeah, they hurt less with their basic attacks, but now guess what? The supports do more damage. So if they hit you with a ball, they hit you with anything, buddy, you're just gonna die anyway. Good luck. Good luck, jungle. Sorry, now I hate this patch. Bellica. Everything's the same. Bellica, basic attack decreased. But look, her primary magical power scaling increased. Magical power scaling off her drone decreased. But her void bomb damage increased off the void bomb. Damage radius increased and the explosive delay increased. So Bellica kind of got a buff because there ain't no way the void drone's doing that much damage anyway. Morgish, she does less physical power scaling. Her hive does less damage. Magical power scaling decreased and explosive radius decreased. So Morgish got nerfed. Don't even play Morgish. Why would you even play Morgish mid? All the people that have the longest range in the game got buffed. Gideon, Infinite Rock, buffed. Howitzer, Missile, buffed. Gadget, Shower, and Bomb, buffed. Oh, and Root Gadget, buffed. And Alt Damage, buffed. Like, why would you even play Morgish? You're just gonna get rooted, showered on, and then teabag, bro. Morn. So his primary can now damage monsters. Oh my goodness. So that is insane. Now applies a tick of damage or healing. The total ticks increased to 7 instead of 3. So are they putting Morn in the jungle? Are they making him like a jungle guy now? Because that makes sense. The damage per tick increased. Total damage increased. This is what I'm saying. But magical power scaling decreased. Total magical power scaling decreased. Okay, so yeah, I think they're gonna put Morn in jungle now. I think he's gonna be a flex jungle. Even though it does less overall with scaling, like the total damage increased early. Why would you want that early? Oh, because that way they could clear your lane, and guess what? They can jungle. So now either supports are destroying all your minions, or it's only going to hit monsters. We got to wait and see. You know, if it's monsters, they want him to flex jungle. His secondary magical power scaling decreased. The mesmerized duration decreased. The maximum duration decreased. And the self slow increased. So now it's harder to hit. And doesn't mesm as long. Abduct. Damage decreased from 90. Oh, so it decreased late game. Early game, it doesn't really decrease. Cool. Murdoch. Once again, his physical power scaling increased off of his passive. Enforcer. Bonus physical power decreased by 5. So he does less physical damage per hit. His static trap. Damage decreased. Root duration decreased. And active duration decreased. The activation delay decreasing is good, but the root duration decreased. Hot pursuit, decaying movement speed decreased by 10%. So no fast Murdoch anymore. And you can't even have Murdoch second ability, dude. Like, what are they doing to this game? Muriel, her basic attack decreased physical, but her primary damage decreased late game. 8% damage amplification removed. Slow duration decreased. Projectile speed decreased. Hitbox decreased. It just nerfed her to the ground. Shielding increased. Shielding power scaling increased. And cooldown increased though. So she's better at shielding you but does no damage. So there goes mid Muriel, offlane Muriel. Garbage. Narbash is basic attack decreased by 5. Movement speed decreased by 5 off his primary. Healing increased. So he does more healing, which is cool. Thunk, now lob projectile is no longer has limited range, but is affected by gravity. So you can throw Thunk across the map, which is cool, but it goes slower and has a ton of gravity. Damage changed. It does less, but more later. And the stun duration is less. Cool. So, nerf. But good healing. Phase. Oh my goodness. Don't tell me they buffed her healing. Her flare damage decreased, so you can't play mid anymore. Her blind duration decreased, so she can't blind you as long. Her energy lance damage decreased. Okay, they nerfed phase. Good. Rampage. His attacks also got nerfed. Damage decreased off of his boulder. The stun decreased. The projectile speed decreased and is affected by less gravity. But who cares? Because it's slower. Pounce. Damage decreased. So they nerfed. I would say like they nerfed Rampage too. Rena. Her passive. Got a quality of life change. Her basic attack. Physical power scaling decreased. Like everybody. Secondary. Her current health damage threshold increased by 5, and her explosive radius decreased. Her alternate damage decreased, and her damage radius decreased. So they nerfed Rena, but who cares? Because they buffed all the annoying mages. So all the annoying mages are going to be played even more. Revenant. So his passive physical power increased by 0.6 per hero level. Cool. His basic attack, bonus physical power scaling decreased. And quality of life, the basic attack animation timing improved. His obliterate does less damage. His Scar root duration is decreased, and his Hellfire rounds reload movement speed has been decreased. So he reloads faster. Richter. Now Richter, his stuff, like every basic attack got nerfed. I'm not reading it no more. Silence duration by 0.2. His electrocute damage decreased. Bonus health scaling increased though, and magical power scaling increased. So, but his movement speed decreased. So Richter sticks to you, he's gonna do insane damage. Riplash, his hook damage decreased. So it does barely no damage early. Mana cost decreased, but projectile speed decreased. So it's gonna be harder to hit hook. It does less damage, but his ultimate is the same. So his long CC is there, which is crazy. Out of any CC to nerf, I thought it would have been him. They're like, nah, keep it, which is insane to me. Alright, so Seraph, her attacks got decreased. Her primary attack duration decreased. Oh my goodness. Off of Heaven's Fury. Ascend. Damage decreased off of Ascend. Late game. Her Chastise. Her wings. Damage increased off of her wings, but the slow decreased. So, dude, they nerfed Seraph to the ground. Every auto attack person in this game got nerfed. Because you gotta remember, also, if you miss a melee attack, now it takes you 30% longer to throw the next one out. So, they nerfed all melee heroes to the ground. Like, all jungle, all auto attack is gone. So, what do you play in jungle? Nobody. just quit. Nobody play that role anymore. Just play mid lane. Everybody switch to mid lane. If you want to increase your rank, just play mid lane and play Gadget and Howie. Gadget, Howie, and if they get banned, play Gideon. That's it. Welcome to the new patch, guys. A Siphon, damage per soul decreased. Bonus health scaling decreased. Magical power scaling decreased. So there's even several got nerfed. Root damage decreased. Root duration decreased, and bonus health scaling decreased. So Sev got nerfed. Shinbi, her passive damage multiplier decreased. Her bonus physical power scaling decreased. These two are junglers, by the way. Nerfed and nerfed. And her secondary, the Cycle Rhythm, damage hit decreased. Skylar, her explosive damage decreased. Her physical power scaling increased though, but the slow decreased, and the projectile speed decreased. So she actually kind of got a buff, late game buff off of that. Hypercharge, her alternate, we already know this is her main thing. Her beam, total power scaling decreased, but bonus attack speed, dude, they even nerfed her freaking beam. Her explosive radius on her alt got deleted too by like 1/4. So it's harder to hit the alt. Sparrow. Bug fixed on her shroud. Who cares? Alt of arrows. Damage decreased. Slow decreased. And slow duration decreased. Her piercing arrow. Damage decreased. Damage multiplier per stack decreased. So Sparrow got nerfed. Dude, beats me. Steel. His basic attack, got minus, but the cleave increase, he does 5% more cleave, but at the same time, 10% less damage. That's insane. Damage decreased off of his bull rush, so it does way less damage, but the scaling decreased as well. But 8% bonus health scaling added. So that might be good, it might balance out, but I think it's a nerf. Damage increased off of his bash by literally only 20 late game, and his ultimate does a little bit more damage too by 20. Terra, once again, she got nerfed. Her scaling got nerfed, and her true damage scaling got nerfed. They just buffed her and then they nerfed her, and she wasn't even that strong. So they're like, let's buff her. Oh, she's still a mid pick, not even that good. Let's nerf her again. Oh my goodness, dude, what are they doing? Her secondary, her axe does less damage. Her rush does less damage. Her physical power does less damage. Her max charge damage increased. The big, which is easy to dodge, decreased. Um, insane. Shield max health changed from 13% to it's weaker early but better late game. And her cooldown increased. It's still a nerf, dude. The Fae. Another person that loves the tower. Let's see what they did. Her primary branch cooldown increased. Her harvest needles damage increased. And her projectile speed decreased by 40. Her alternate. This is her big freaking dome of thing. Like her big like circle. Damage decreased. Okay, so they were smart when it came to Fae. And range decreased. Her fly trap ultimate, quality of life, add a thin decal to show you the range. And delay before pull increased. And the vine range increased by 500. So I think that's a buff right there. But at the same time, it's kind of a nerf. It takes longer to get out. Twin Blast. His primary got weaker. His gunslinger got reworked. Upon casting an ability, Twin Blast gains 15% attack speed, and his next basic attack within 4% becomes enhanced, firing 3 times instead of 2. This triple shot deals 135% of his normal attack. Finally a buff. But his vaporized damage decreased. His grenades physical power scaling increased. No, this is decreased. They messed up. They meant to say decreased here from 45% to 30%. That's a decrease. That's a typo. Slow increased, which is weird because I thought they were nerfing all the slows. The slow duration decreased though. Projectile speed decreased by 9%. The affected by less gravity. Projectile hitbox increased, and explosive radius decreased by a lot. So that's interesting. His ultimate damage per bullet decreased as well. So no more cringe blast builds. It's more carry blast builds because now he shoots 3 times, which is pretty cool. Wraith, another guy I had a problem with because he's going to sit in tower all the time. His projectile speed decreased off of his peekaboo, which is... Peekaboo is his grenade, by the way. It has more gravity, and the explosive radius is less. But his surprise, movement speed decreased. His knock, bonus physical power scaling decreased. So now, you know how I was complaining about Wraith? Now, instead of building physical, you're just going to build the Soulbinder Magical Wraith. So Magical Wraith got a buff because it just didn't get touched. So Wraith is going to be good now. It's literally going to be, here's the top 4 mid laners. Howitzer, Gadget. Gadget number 1, then it's Howitzer, then it's Gideon, then it's Wraith. Those are your top 4 mid laners now. Wukong. Let's see what they did. His pole vault, attack speed buff, now 60% penetration. But his attack speed decreased, his cooldown decreased. His high impact, a slow duration decreased, and cooldown decreased. Is Cycle Breaker secondary no longer destroys projectiles while active. So he just got nerfed. That's his biggest thing right there. Physical power scaling decrease. Dude. Wukong nerfed to the ground. Not even worth playing. Any jungler just don't play in this game. Just don't even play. Oh, nerf to the ground, dude. I'm gonna keep reading. So is Cycle Breaker, now he can be hit. His damage from a decrease, damage reduction decrease, so he takes more damage. Damage reduction now 45% scaling off penetration. Who cares, bro? You're not hitting. When you go in for a stun, who do you hit? You hit the squishies. Who goes in and stuns Richter? Dude, what a bum freaking. Its cooldown decreased, but its stun decreased as well by 20%. His force push damage decreased. His wind surge damage decreased. And his slow duration decreased as well. His ultimate just got a bug fix. Yin, her passive got buffed, which is cool. So she gets more attack speed. Her basic attack, physical power scaling decreased by 10%, dude. Her primary, her lash kit, damage decreased. Backlash, damage decreased. Her ultimate, slow decrease by 10%. And that's still a nerf. Yuri. Primary, damage decreased. Her alternate, damage decreased. Her ultimate, self-slow while channeling, increased. So she's slower while channeling her alt. It doesn't slow them anymore, so they can walk out of it. And dash crest can no longer be used while soul storming is channeling. So while I'm channeling, I can't use pacify to catch up to them, or next to catch up to them. So they could just walk out for free. Nerf to the ground. Another jungler just gone. Zarus, his spear throw cooldown modifier increased. So his cooldown modifier increased. His ascended augment health per stack decreased. His spear basic attack decreased. His barricade primary bonus physical power scaling increased and cooldown increased. So he does more damage off of his shield bash. His evade while airborne now grants additional height to his dash. Attack speed decreased off of it. Yikes. Spear of Nair damage decreased. Physical power scaling decreased. Cooldown increased. Stab cooldown reduction by 10%. So now it takes longer. Even though you get the cooldown reduction, it takes 10% longer to get your cooldown. Throwing spear now does 20% bonus damage. But who cares, bro? Like, who cares, bro? You got nerfed, dude. Most of the time you're using it to stab, you're not throwing it. So now you gotta throw it to even do the damage. Coliseum, bug fix. The walls are visible now better. Duration decreased. Cage radius decreased. Cooldown decreased. Now that's actually a buff right there, but a nerf at the same time. Zinx. So Zarus, in my opinion, is the only jungler worth playing as of right now. Zinx. The enhanced healing increased. The basic attack decreased, but now applies a dot damage, which is pretty dope. Ricochet, damage decreased. Stun decreased. Bad medicine, damage decreased. Mana cross decreased. Infuse, health increased. Magical power scaling decreased. Infuse dot damage. Okay. Let me read that again. Infuses dot damage has been moved to rehabilitator basic attack. So now your infuse doesn't do dot damage. Alright. Items. Divine potion got nerfed. Regular potion got nerfed. Eviscerator. Power scaling nerfed. Liberator. Cooldown increase nerfed. Pacifier. Bonus damage nerfed by half. Dude. Witch Stalker. Cooldown increase nerfed. Brutalize. Cooldown increase nerfed. Judgment. The physical power scaling decreased by 10%. Nerf. Epoch. Cooldown increased, but who cares? They're going to be in tower anyway. And it's only 15 seconds. Tempest. Overcharge additional channel to single targets. Decreased by 10%. Nerf. Countess. Quang. Nerf. Typhoon. Attack cycle and attack speed per stack decreased. Nerfed. Crest. We got gold per second increased. So you get a little bit more gold per second. Who cares? Ashbringer. Cost decrease. That's a buff. Dust Devil. Menace movement speed by 2% nerf. That affects Grim and Sparrow. Equinox. Physical power increased. Nightshade. Bonus 5% bonus critical strike damage removed. That's insane. But the shield increased. Nerf. That 5% was huge. That's a nerf. Quiver. Multi-shot scaling decrease. Nerf. Plasma Blade. Nerfed by 5 physical power. Resolution, which nerfs freaking Grim and Skylar, which already battled with nerfs. Resolution. Total magical scaling nerfed. Like I said, boom, takes Wraith, no longer physical. Wraith is completely mage here on out. I will be a Wraith main. I don't know how I'm going to make build videos for jungle. I'm just going to be playing mid. It's a mid dominant thing. Like, it just is what it is. Solaris, physical power increased, but who cares? Every other ability got nerfed. Spectra, radiant strikes. Guess what? Damage decreased and the slow is removed. Spectra got nerfed. Stormbreaker, Physical power decrease. Stormbreaker's nerf. There goes all my junglers. Auto attack people are gone. Tainted rounds. Blighted strikes. Damage decreased. Nerf. Terminus. Power decrease. Nerf. Viper. On-hit ability decreased. Nerf. Envy. Physical penetration increased 6 to 8. That's a buff. But the sacrifice critical damage is nerf. That's a nerf. Infernum. Damage decreased. Like I said, Wraith, Twin Blast, Cringe Blast, get him out of here. Nerf the Infernum. Nightfall. Eclipse healing. Nerfed. Omen. Bestial movement. Bonus physical power. Nerfed. Performer. Prefer, which I ever call it. Nerfed. The slow is nerfed. Pain Weaver. Slice movement speed damage. Nerfed. Spirit Desolation. Physical power decrease. Nerfed. Psychonic Echo. The number of attacks decreased from 3 to 2. And the total attack speed increase. That is kind of like a buff nerf. It's a mid. Now, Gaia Griefs. Movement speed decreased. Physical power scaling decreased. Nerfed. Mutilator, Omnivamp decrease, nerf, dude. If you play any auto attack character, just don't play the game. You are gone. Overlord. Now the main target's max health scaling decreased by 0.5, and the additional health reward decreased by 50 points. Nerf, dude. Don't even play jungle. It's non-existent. Tainted Blade, health decreased. Nerf. Tyranny, health decrease. Nerfed. Mages, combustion, magical power increased. Magical power scaling decreased by 2%, but 10 more damage. So early game, when you build combustion, buffed. Golem's Gift, physical armor increased. Stone magical power decreased. Physical armor decreased. A buff nerf, I don't even know. Magnify, arcana magical power decreased. Nerf. Noxia costs more, which is a nerf. Oathkeeper, Celestial Blade, scaling decreased. Nerf. Quang is unplayable. Shimby is unplayable. Overseer, magical power decreased. That's a nerf. But who cares about Overseer, dude? Who cares by only 5 power? That ain't gonna change it being built. Prophecy, magical strikes damage increased. But the magical power scaling got nerfed. All the attack speed magical people nerfed. Time Warp, power nerfed. Ability haste increased. But who cares? That's still a nerf, but kind of a buff. Dude, actually Time Warp on Gadget now in Tower is broken. Broken. Crystalline, your health decreased, but your magical armor decreased. For tanks. So tanks are the only one who can CC mid, but nobody else can kill them. But guess what happens? All their CCs got nerfed, so mids are broken. Nerfed. Flux Matrix. Unstable Shackles. Amplification. Decreased. Nerfed. Stonewall. Health decreased. Physical armor increased. I guess that's like the same. Tainted Bastion. Health decreased. Magical armor increased. Okay? That doesn't matter. It's not really changing anything. Except these being built on offlaners are nerfs. Tainted Guard, health decreased by 50, physical armor by 5. Crystallania, magical power decrease, nerf. Dynamo is a bug fix, so that's a buff. Marshall, Sheriff on hit, damage decreased 12 to 10. So that's a nerf on Marshall. Guys, there's bug fixes. I don't want to get into all the bug fixes. There's more bug fixes. Wow, that's a lot, isn't it? It's arriving Tuesday. Everybody, quit the game. Mid laners are broken. We've rebalanced the game to make it totally broken to one lane. And all the other lanes are gone. There's no more jungles in the game. Hope you enjoy. Until next time, Ray, the game designer. Wow, and Omeda Zuzu, the player experience manager. Yeah, dude. We know so much about the game. Let's nerf. Oh, who's on the bottom right now? Wraith. Well, he got buffed and now he's a top person with the magic. Countess, the second from bottom, got nerfed. Yuri, second from bottom, got nerfed. Like Fang Mao, nerfed. Terra, nerfed. Twin Blast did get a tiny buff, but pretty much nerfed. Akron, nerfed. And these guys are all on the bottom. They're garbage, even worse. Mortgage, nerf. Severog, nerf. GRUX, nerf. Gideon did get a buff, though. And then everybody up here just got, like, a nerf in the middle as well. And the Gadget right here got a buff. Like, all they did, they killed Chimera. And they killed Greystone Jungle. But guess what? They killed every other jungle in the process. Jungle Roll is unplayable. Tell me how you guys feel down below. I think they totally broke the game. It is disgusting. It is horrible for anybody that doesn't play mid laner. If you play mid laner, you're celebrating. Dude, you guys should be fighting for mid every time. If you want to carry your ranked games, go mid. Don't go jungle. Don't go carry. Don't go support. Don't go off lane. That's how it boils down to. How do you guys feel? I'll let you guys know. Like, comment, and subscribe like you guys always do. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace!